There's something that's been bothering me um, about the past, um, and that is um, it was never a fair fight. You know, not once was it a fair fight in your favor, in my favor. It was never a fair fight. The odds were stacked against you the whole damn time. You were in a losing position the entire time. A uphill battle that you just couldn't surmount. And that kind of pisses me off, because we didn't get a fair shot at life. We were um, up against people that were smothering us, people that were jealous of us. Just trying to, uh, I don't know, basically just keep us hostage in a fucking uh, bad environment, basically that we didn't know how to get out of. But but yeah, that just pisses me off because it's just like, okay, you were born, and the hospital allowed two psychopaths to take a baby home. The hospital allowed two psychopaths to take a baby home, basically, in my case. So that baffles me. There should be some kind of like test to test if you're a psychopath or not. So you're not allowed to take a baby home, even if it came from you, from your body. You know, if you don't pass the psychopath test, you can't take the baby home. That should be a fucking law or rule. You know, but hindsight, you know, I don't know. It just amazes me that, like, you know, two psychopaths could, like, fake that they could take this baby home and take care of it. They could fake it, you know what I'm saying? Like, that just baffles me. Just like that the hospital didn't say, "Whoa, there's something wrong with these parents. They can't take a baby home. They don't give a shit about anything. They don't care about anything." That would have been correct. That would have been correct, if they just went, "Whoa, whoa, you can't take this baby home. This baby is going to a family that will actually love it, that can actually love the kid, nurture the kid. You guys can't do that. The baby's going into, foster adoption, immediately, But as we know, that didn't happen. That didn't happen with us. Like, but that should have happened, like, whoa, you guys don't give a shit about anything. We can tell you don't feel love at all. You're just acting. You can't take this baby home. That would have been correct. That would have been a correct move, but that didn't happen. So my psychopath parents were allowed to take the baby home, myself. um, and it was war ever since. It was a battle ever since. Um, Against them, against religion, against even invisible forces, demons that weren't, that weren't in bodies, but like, your whole life was a fucking fight, basically, basically from day fucking one. You didn't have the loving parents from day fucking one. You didn't have the nurturing. They didn't give a fuck about you from day one. From day one, no one gave a fuck about you. If you were the scapegoat child, especially. Well, even the golden child, they don't give a fuck about either. They're just trying to mold it, into a copy of themselves, basically. But you know, they don't love the golden child either. So um, it's both for the kids. It's a losing scenario for both kids, or any kids underneath two psychopaths, basically. Um, so, anyways, yeah, that just pisses me off that it was never a fair fight. It was just, my starting hand was a pair of twos, and they had a full house. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was never a fair fight, never a fair game, never fair anything. It was just like, oh, you lose already. Oh, sorry, you lost already. That's how it felt. Oh, you were born in this hell. You lost. Good luck. That's how it felt. Just like, what the fuck. Um, but anyways, you know, that's in the past, and I'm becoming a whole new person, you know, so that doesn't, that broken kid is fading away, and so I'm becoming more of a man now, and it's a little harder for them to contend with a man, with a real man. They can only bully kids, really. They can only control and bully kids. You know, they can't fight someone their own size, and you know, so basically, um, they're just a bunch of kids in adult bodies. They're just cowards, you know. So um, they can't take on a full healthy adult. They can't. They're not in full healthy adult territory at all. Um, Having seen them behind closed doors, they don't stand a chance against a healthy adult on the outside, that can see through their bullshit, can see through their fake masks, their fake charade. They don't stand a chance. They'll just bounce off you in the real world. You know, they'll just bounce off you like rain on an umbrella. You know what I mean? So, and I don't think hiding is the right move. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't hide from the whole world forever. You know, just like you have to go out and get food. You have to go out. You know what I'm saying? You can't hide from the whole damn world. Until what? Until what? Jesus comes and kills all the fucking demons and shit. When has he ever done that in my lifetime? Has Jesus ever killed one of them? Ever? No. He's never killed them. He's never, so that you got to deal with them. You just have to deal with them because they're just a part of this planet, and they're fucking outside of my family of origin, which kind of sucks. It kind of changes the game a lot. Um, because I've run into them outside the family of origin. So they exist outside the family of origin. It's global. It's global. And so, you have to realize that it's global. It's not just it's not just a family thing. It's not just your family thing. It's a global thing. It stretches beyond your family. This problem, this demonic abuse, whatever you want to call it, this crazy abuse that is so hard to understand, that I still don't understand it all. And and I've been trying to understand it for a long time, but I don't think it's meant to be understood. I think it's just meant to just walk away from and just be like, okay, I know it exists. If I run into them in public, I'll just go around them. You know what I mean? As if they don't exist. They see me as an object. I see them as an object. Just go our separate ways. And that's kind of how it's gonna be, I guess. You know, um, as far as navigating through life is just like you see one, you see one, and so you just kind of um, go around them. Don't acknowledge them. Um, which is hard to do. Because it's hard to just ignore a person totally, even though they're not a real person, and they know they're not a real person. It's you that makes them think they're a real person, when they're not. They're just a false mask, basically. So anytime you're talking to one of them, you're wasting your time. Basically, they're wasting your time, you're wasting their time, because you're not talking to a real person. So um, you just got to know how to identify it as a non-human and then move on. That's how you got to navigate life. Is it a non-human? Yes. Move on. Ignore them. Um, Basically, that's how I see going about life, is just try to live your life and navigate around them the best you can, uh, because you know, even though I wish God would have taken them out through my lifetime, He never did. So I don't expect God to take them out for me. You know, if He never has for most of my life. You know what I'm saying? What's changed now that God's gonna like strike down evil? Never struck down evil in front of me. I never saw my parents drop dead in front of me. Never happened, so can't expect that kind of shit. That kind of hero to swoop in and take down evil. That's not the kind of God we're dealing with. Um, the God we're dealing with is one that lets things play out, no matter how chaotic, no matter how damaging it is to you. He'll let it play out all the way to the end until you're barely alive. That's how far it'll be allowed to play out. It'll be allowed to play out until you're barely alive. That's how far God will let it go. Literally. Um, for as much damage as you can possibly handle, that's how long God will let it go until you're barely you're not even alive. You're barely going. So don't expect that God will strike them down, and kill them as much as you wanted that to happen most of your life, and just, oh yeah, that makes sense. God struck down evil, you know, never happened. So, um, so these entities are allowed to roam around the planet, just targeting people, basically, unchecked, basically. So, just something you gotta deal with, But it sucks, just that they exist outside your family of origin. It sucks that the problem is widespread. I could go to any country and I'd run into them. That's what sucks about it. I can go to any country and run into them. So it doesn't matter how far you go, how far you travel, you will run into them again in a different body, guaranteed. So that's the damn sadness of it all. It is kind of depressing. Like, no matter how far you go, you'll run into another one. You know, and it's just another test. It's another challenge. I mean, if you survive them and you escape them, you do learn stuff. You do get stronger. So I think that's maybe the purpose of them, is to keep challenging you and keep getting you stronger and keep, you know, polishing the diamond that you are. Just that they're grinding the coal off of you, basically, and they're making you this diamond, basically. Not because they want to, but that's just what happens if you survive them. Is like you become uh, something brand new. You become something totally brand new. You know, and that's what I've learned. And maybe the brand new you is the better you, because you're smarter, you're stronger. You know what's out there. Um, you definitely have uh, gone against hell itself. And survived. So, um, yeah. But anyways, I think that's enough for now. But yeah, it just kind of pissed me off that it was just an uphill fight from day one. It was just an uphill fight. I didn't have a friend in the fucking world to back me up on the ground. You know what I mean? Like a real person to back me up. I didn't have that real person to back me up and, support me. And, I didn't have that. I just had um, me against everybody, basically. It really was me against pretty much everybody. Um, and that's not making shit up. That's how it went. It's just like everybody just saw me as the problem. No matter what I did. Even the extended family saw me as a problem. So it went even to the extended family. Not just the immediate family. Um, so it's um it's a sick thing. Uh, it's a sickness. For an entire family unit, even extended family, to see one person as the scapegoat. of all of it. You know what I'm saying? They're perfect. They're perfect. But me, I'm the problem, no matter what I do. Oh, he's just chilling and reading a book. He's a problem. Oh, he's just taking a walk. He's a problem. Doesn't matter what I did. I was the problem. You know what I'm saying? You get the point. But anyways, that felt good to get out of my chest, just how just the things that have been bugging me lately, especially today, just like I never got a chance. I never had a fair chance. I never had a fair chance at life. It was always stacked against me. The whole damn time. Wasn't a fair fight. It was not a fair fight. It was bullshit. I was up against these fucking whatever they are. They weren't my parents. I don't know what the hell happened to real parents, but something took over them, and they were just hell on wheels. It just became hell on wheels. What the fuck? So, anyways, that's enough about that. But, anyways, that's good enough for this video.